Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah and I'm so glad that you've joined me today on this journey of suburban homesteading, faith, family life, and travel. With Home Again, we will rediscover our roots as human beings and focus on the things that make us feel at home again in our hearts and souls. Whether you're looking to grow your own vegetables, raise backyard chickens, or discover hidden gems to visit with your loved ones, there's something for everyone here. So cozy up and let's dive into the joys of living simply while making the most of family time. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's get started! Welcome back to Home Again with Sarah. Today's an exciting day because we are diving into the wonderful world of chickens and keeping chickens. Whether you're looking to add some fresh eggs to your diet or you just want to enjoy the charms of these feathered friends, I'll guide you through everything you need to know about getting started with baby chickens.
They're really cute.
They are really cute. Okay, so we'll start with chicken selection. There's a lot of different breeds of chickens, and I guess you have to decide what you want your chickens for. Yeah. Do you want them to lay a lot of eggs? Do you just want them as a pet? Or are you raising them for meat chickens? So there's a lot of different varieties that you can choose from. The varieties that I've had in the past that I've had a lot of success with, and my favorite are Barred Rock or Plymouth Rock chickens. Also, Rhode Island Reds are excellent layers. As far as a meat bird goes, I would go with a Freedom Ranger. They grow really quickly, and they aren't super genetically tampered with, like a Cornish cross. A Cornish cross you can certainly use for meat. They grow really fast, and those are the chickens that we mainly see in the grocery store. I think they come up to weight in about 6 to 8 weeks, which is really fast, and then they're ready to harvest. If you're just looking for a fun chicken, which ones do you think I'm going to talk about? They look like little puppets. They're called Silkies, and they are silly little birds. They do lay eggs, but they're not going to be as hardy as your other breeds. So those are just a few of the really popular breeds that you can choose from. Okay, and the next part we're going to talk about is where to get chickens. Where did we get these chickens, Jackie?
At
the store?
Yeah, at the store.
Yeah, we went to Tractor Supply. So any farm supply store, most of them have chickens in the springtime. Another place that you can find chicks are at local hatcheries and farms, or online, and actually they will mail them to you, which is also how the feed stores get the chicks as well, as through the mail, and they ship pretty well. They can go 3 days without food or water while they're being shipped. And if you order them online, you can choose all different kinds of breeds. So if you wanted a rainbow flock where they laid all the different colors of eggs, you could kind of pick that out online, which is kind of fun. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is brooder setup. A brooder is where your baby chicks are going to live until they're old enough to go outside and live in a chicken coop. And I always go with a good organic chick starter. Buy the crumbles as opposed to the pellets because your chicks are so tiny that will really help them out. Also use a good chick probiotic for their water that helps them get started. I highly recommend these little water and feeder attachments for mason jars. It makes it so easy for when you're brooding. A brooder is going to consist of a container of some sort. I will show you the container that I use. The brooder that I use is really easy to store. It can fold down because we don't need it very often. Maybe we use it once a year, maybe twice a year, because we use it for other reasons as well. But it has zippers. It's kind of like a pack and play for baby chicks. It's fully enclosed, so the cats and the dogs can't get to it. But you can use, I've seen people use like really large cardboard boxes. You could even use like a large tote with, you know, holes in the lid. There's all kinds of ways that you can set up your brooder.
Stop. Stop. Uh-oh.
My bedding of choice is pine shavings. It just is the easiest in my opinion. You don't want to use cedar shavings, you want to use pine shavings. Straw is a little bit too coarse in my opinion as well, so that's what I would use for the bedding. The next really important thing you want to have in your brooder is a heat source. You could either use a heat lamp, which is what I have used, but just this year I bought kind of like a freestanding little light bulbless chick heater. But they need to stay nice and warm until they're fully feathered out. Alright, another important thing about raising your chicks is socialization. You want to handle them early and often so that they learn to trust you and they're used to being handled by humans. You can even teach them to come to you when called. And the way that I do that is I feed them a snack that they really like, which chickens really love. Scrambled eggs, which a lot of people think is super weird.
So for this one, I'll just tell you
baby
really
chicks
quick
live
how
off
to
of
deal with
the yolk
pasty
inside
butt
of an
because
egg
it
when
is
they're
the
babies,
most
so
common
it
thing
is
you're
their
going to see with
natural
baby
food.
chicks.
So
And
you
basically
can
what
feed
you
them
want to do
snacks
is
like
get a
that and
bowl
just
of
give
nice
them a
warm
little name or
water,
a certain
nice
call
warm like
that
bath
you
water
say
temperature,
whenever
and the chicks
you're
love
calling
it, and they'll
chickens
usually
to
kind
you
of just
when you're
nod
feeding
off
them a
if you
snack, and they will learn to
keep it
come
nice
to
and
you. So
calm, but you just want to soak their
that's kind
bum
of a fun
until
thing to do
the hardened poop
with your baby
kind of
chicks. And then,
falls
course,
off,
you wanna keep
and
your
that's
brooder,
all you really
nice
have to
and
do.
clean.
And then
That's
make sure you
important.
dry them off and get them under that heat
And
source
you wanna
so that
look
they
out
don't
for
get
any
cold.
illnesses. It can be hard to spot with little baby chicks and animals, but what you're looking for is them being lethargic, limping or laying weird, and you also just want to do sort of a little physical inspection, which today I noticed actually this guy has he has pasty butt, which is the most common kind of ailment that I see with little baby chicks, and it's just where the little bird poo gets hardened over their vent, and that can make it hard for them to go to the bathroom, which obviously could lead to some serious problems. So I'll show you in another video or in another part how to deal with that. Alright, and that's a wrap for today's video. Starting your own flock of baby chicks is not only rewarding, but also a delightful experience. Remember to be patient and enjoy the journey. Soon enough, you'll have your very own backyard, egg factory, and some lovely feathered friends.
Do you want to see one of our chickens?
Mm.
Click, click, click. But we didn't figure out their name.